We had a beautiful wooden porch that went the full length of the front of the house. And a porch swing.
It's just hard to wrap your mind around what all you lost.
I really didn't think that this was going to happen. I spent a lot of time building what I built. All our friends and everything else always said that it was a castle because that's what it looked like. Yeah, I had a spiral staircase I built in one section of it. Yeah, it was really cool, man.
My mother had passed away. Everything I had from her was in that house. My grandfather had passed away. Everything that my grandmother had given me of his was in that house. Nate's father had passed away. Everything that he had from him was in that house. It wasn't about the material things, it was about all the things I knew I wasn't going to be able to get back.
My name is Carl Doobie. I am with Mennonite Disaster Service. The last 3 years that we were involved with Mennonite Disaster Service was down here in Bastrop County after the 2011 fires. We were here for over 3 winters, from 2011 through the spring of 2014, cleaning up and also building new houses. So we finished that process and then disbanded the camp here and went home, and we're glad to hear things going on in Bastrop County were pretty much calm and settled until we saw and heard about the Memorial Day flooding that occurred in central Texas. And in the process of planning to come down here for that response for the flooding, the fires, the Hidden Pine fires, broke out. Right now we are hoping to build in the next 4 months up to 5 houses that were lost in the Hidden Pines fire. I think we have enough people to be able to do that, maybe 6. We will stretch ourselves if necessary to be able to try to do that. But right now the key is how much money can they get to meet the budget for 4, 5, 6 houses that we can possibly build. What Mennonite Disaster Service does is we provide all the voluntary labor at no cost to the local recovery team to build the houses. And we have floor plans that we work from, material lists and that type of thing. But the funds used to purchase the materials and pay for some related services is money that comes from the Bastrop County Long-Term Recovery Team. From donors and some money, the clients are able to provide some of that from their funds. Each house will run in the range of cost to Bastrop County Long-Term Recovery Team, something less than or around $50,000, depending on the size of the house. But it's a joint effort of a lot of different agencies and groups and people who come together to try to put all the money in a bucket big enough so we can build a house. when you have needs amongst your neighbors, you go and help. You don't necessarily always wait to be asked. You don't ask for something in return. You just go and help. And that's the same way here with the volunteers who come. So we have some volunteers who stay for anywhere from 4, 8 weeks. Those are our crew leaders, our cooks, and my wife and I, we stay here for several months at a time and help provide coordination between week to week. And then each week we'll have a different group of short-term, what we call short-term volunteers, who come from all over the country. Some of those will have really good skills, and some of those will be high school students.
I'm super grateful for the people down there that are helping build our house, for the Mennonites and long-term recovery people assisting us, all the people that are donating their times, and it's really a blessing. It gives us something to hope for.
It's like grieving for a family member when you've lost your house and all of a sudden you got to figure out, well, how do I get out of this? What do I do next? So we provide the labor to help build, but we also really try to connect with the clients and to walk them through this process. As the Memorial Day holiday came around, we were watching the news and saw this tremendous amount of rain that was being poured down upon central Texas. Not much attention was placed on Bastrop County, and yet at that same event, that same weather system that came through, a lot of rain came down here, enough so that a small dam in the state park broke, dumped a bunch of water out of it, and plus there were 2 tornado events that happened during that same weather system. So we were originally invited to come here by the Bastrop County folks to address the needs of people who were impacted by that weather event. Some of those were people whose homes received water rising from the ground. Others were people whose roofs were damaged such that water was coming through the ceiling. So we are here now working on some of those houses. In the first week, we got 4 houses, their roofs replaced or repaired enough so that the insides will now stay dry. What we don't know yet is what's going to happen as far as a result of what we call the Halloween floods, the last week of October flooding that occurred. The heavy rainfalls that shut down the Austin airport also impacted houses here. Upwards of 40 homes were major damage or completely destroyed. You get contact with folks here, you are a part of their lives. You're in their house, what will be their house, every day. You hear about what they want to make this room look like, and you see a little boy who says, okay, this is where my bedroom is going to be, and he just is really excited about that. And so they become part of your family, and you really tie into that. And it's a very rewarding thing when that kind of thing happens. Most of our volunteers feel that when they come down to a place like Bastrop County and do this work, that they go away receiving a lot more blessings than what they've left here.